Hello everybody, I'm Renzo Mox, and what the frick happened to the lights? Hold on, let me just... There we go. Hello everybody, I'm Renzo Mox, sorry about that inconvenience, and welcome to a mock review of my friend Cohen's mock. In fact, you could say it's even his self-mock, because this is the only mock that he's really made into a real character for my series, Stalker. So let's not waste any time, let's get right into the review. So first off, I'd like to start this mock review by saying I will not be judging this mock critically. I could, but I gotta give my friend credit. Sorry about that. I gotta give him credit where credit is due. This was his first time mocking in a decent while, I believe. And for what he came up with, it looks pretty good, especially considering that he hasn't mocked in a while. So I think that it is actually a decent mock. So I'm not going to critique him, really. I could critique, but I'm not going to. So yeah, not going to critique the mock, even if there are things that I may not personally enjoy. That doesn't matter. I still got to give credit where credit is due. So Stalker is a pretty interesting dude, and yes, arguably would be my friend's self-mock, because this is the only mock that he's created for my channel. So, I'm going by the fact that this is his self-mock. Stalker is a very interesting looking character. Right off the back, he's very animalistic, like he's got almost like a lizard, or even like an alien from the Alien franchise sort of look. Not really, but you know, kind of like a beast sort of look. But he's also very humanoid. So, first of all is his sword. From what I can gather, his sword basically drains the life energy of other people. And this guy's going to be in Renzo. Yes. So, he's going to be a bad guy in Renzo, and he will what was that? He's going to drain the life energy of random aliens and probably not robots. Robots don't have life energy. But as you can see, his sword is the scrawl blade piece connected to this dark green wire that connects into his back, and you can see the Lord of Skull Spider's face sticking out there. Kind of adds another layer of creepiness to him. He does have a lot of articulation in his tail. They can move a decent, pretty good, but since they are attached to friction adders, the articulation is kind of tight, which can hold pretty decent poses, but also is a con for again, not critiquing. I actually did like how he did the armor back here. It's a technique that I haven't seen be done so far. He didn't use the standard piece that you would use to usually connect armor. He used a ball joint in there, connected both a half pin axle. So I gotta give him credit for that. Of course, the color scheme is kind of mixed, but I like how the scrawl blade kind of intertwines with his chest piece. It kind of looks like, even though they are different colors essentially, they do kind of blend in with one another. And these tubes, you can definitely tell he's like feeding off of some sort of dark energy, and the mask definitely helps replicate that. Look at that thing. Any mock that you give the Umrak the Hunter mask to is automatically going to look terrifying, or like at least imposing. And this guy does a pretty good job with the trans green brain stock. Or trans neon green, that is. He does have pretty long arms, but I don't mind it, of course. And of course, I'm not critiquing about that, because I think it actually works pretty well for his character. He is a stalker, and he does have these really long arms, so he can grab you. And he also does have these toes with some... He has 3 toes, which are the trans green toes, and he can grab little aliens if he wanted to. That's terrifying. But... honestly, he's also pretty beefy. Like, you'd be surprised. He's got a lot of beef to him. He has these 2 horns up here that are, like, in this tea green color. And those also add to the look. Even though they are a different color from the tubing and the other types of green on him, it still adds for a really nice look. You can also get in between his color scheme, like, on the back here. Not the Lord of Skull Spider face, but there is a trans neon green armor piece right there. And there's also one right there, and one on his tail. You can imagine that's where he gets a lot of his energy, and that's where a lot of his energy, where most of his energy would be. So imagine he could just like charge up his energy through these points. So you can kind of see it starts from his head, runs down into his body, and then goes to his tail, which is pretty cool. In fact, you can probably interpret the spikes like that. So overall, Stalker is a pretty cool dude, but let's save it for the overview. So, Stalker is a pretty cool dude, and exactly the sort of look that I immediately give this sort of character with that kind of name. I'd immediately give him a design like this. Again, I did not critique the mock, and I don't plan to. I think it's a pretty good mock overall. I think he did really, really good. And overall, his beefy but yet spindly look definitely adds a factor of creepiness. Like, you can tell he's really skinny, but at the same time, if he caught you, he could probably like break your spine in half in like a couple seconds. The sword is very nice. The features and the armoring is also pretty nice. And I really, really, really overall enjoy his incredibly cool, imposing, threatening look. So, that was my review of my friend's self-mock, Stalker. I hope you guys enjoyed, and make sure to look out for more reviews. There'll probably be a Star Wars set review up tomorrow. If not, then I do apologize. Thank you very much for watching. I am Renzo Mox, and goodbye.